If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity,
not to make friends, but just to get something to eat?
Or a retiree who fell ill and had to
choose between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We got the former Husker tight end on the Allo VIP line where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local art. If you guys want to join in at any time at all, you want to comment with the former Husker, 402-464-5685. It is a warm Monday, but at least the winds aren't exceeding 90 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on this Monday night?
It's going great, man. It's awesome to be on the show. You said it was warm out there?
Yeah, it's just warm about everywhere. At least it was for me.
Okay.
I went 3 hours up north this weekend. I had a wedding. Great time to wear a suit and tie and jacket when it's 100 degrees out. The wedding was fantastic, though. Shout out to the Joe Kimpsons. I appreciated that one. But no, yeah, it was a great time. But the heat's been unreal. You weren't around for it, but we had a mini hurricane, whatever you want to call it, enough to knock down power. People in Omaha still don't have power. At least I know there's a few small cases. People in Lincoln had all our power wiped out. At least 30,000. I think Omaha almost got to about 300,000 people lost power. You missed some wild times here. A good time to head back for Brewington. I'll say that much. Last week was a lot.
Hey, I timed it perfectly. Yeah. Now I'm sitting in 105 degree heat right now. So it's a decent trade-off though. The Arizona sun, there's nothing like it. There's no humidity really, although there was a small little storm last night. But there's nothing like some AZ sun, man. I took an hour walk in the heat of the day today, man, just to get some sun. So
I might sound a little too rural here, and this might be my inner Nebraskan speaking to me, but you guys can agree with me on the text line 402-464-5685. You don't know heat until you stand in a cornfield on a hot summer day. When you're in that cornfield, that moisture, there's nothing worse than that. I was talking to some people who do detasseling. And if people aren't aware of that, that's a little fuzz on top of the corn there. When you go detasseling, that is some insane heat. They usually leave like the younger kids to do it. But that's probably the worst heat I think any man could probably imagine, is stuck in the middle of a cornfield at 100 degrees.
Yeah, no, I've never experienced that. But what I have experienced, Harrison, is 118 degree summer camp practice, full pads. I've experienced that.
Is that illegal? Like, have you guys out there?
We did have two people pass out that summer.
No kidding.
Yeah, we had two people pass out. It's funny. In Arizona, the rule is you have to have like water breaks every such and such, minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and the degrees really doesn't matter, right? We've practiced in like 118, 120. We practiced in all those whatever, because it's football, like the rules get bent, right?
Yep.
But the moment lightning happens, practice is over. Practice is over. No more practice, but you could practice 128 outside and you can still practice.
Yeah, when a kid passes out, it's easier to sweep under the rug than a kid getting struck by lightning. No, I have no idea. Yeah, I got no idea. They both seem pretty damn bad. I think if you got kids passing out, I hope they weren't yelling at them like maybe you should be more hydrated. That's just what happens when it's 118 degrees. Like your body starts to shut down pretty easily.
Yeah, that's just what happens. Like I was taking a walk today and I'm like, ooh, like I'm a little dehydrated. Like you just really gotta like just stay ahead on the water. And obviously in Nebraska, y'all know the humidity that you just sweat out. You just sweat just good in your car. Like just walking down from your apartment or walking out your house, you just start sweating. So obviously it's a little bit different, but I'll be back.
Dwarf cherries up night.
I'll be back. I'll be back in Nebraska tomorrow. So I'll be in studio tomorrow. I'll get to see and feel the heat for myself. But yeah, to start the show off, quarter century wisdom as always. So I'm reading a book, of course. It's almost like y'all could just assume by now that I'm just reading a book.
Yeah, you might as well just start out the book I'm reading today, because we know you got one.
I like that. I like that. The book I'm reading today, it's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a well regarded book. Most people think it's one of the best money books of all time, like a base foundation. Every person who wants to make money, read it. I'm really not really here to talk about some money, although it's always good to have some money. But so there's a story from the book. It's about a man in the heat of the gold rush, right? And so this guy basically, I'm not really sure. I think he purchases property where he can mine. I'm not really sure how he got the property, but he's in he has this property, and he goes to his family members and he's like, look, I really believe that there's gold on my property, and I just need everyone to put in some money for this mining machine. I'm sure back in the day it was probably $1,000, and that was probably equivalent to $100,000 today. So big money for this machine. And so all the family put in money, and they go and help them. And so they start digging, or they start using the machine to go down on the property, whatever, where he thinks the gold is. So they're going and going and going, and they don't get nowhere, and they keep going. They don't get nowhere. They keep going. They don't get nowhere. And finally the guy's like, ah, man, I just had it. I'm done. And so he ends up selling the property, tries to get money for the machine, doesn't get it. And a new person comes onto the property. Literally the moment he sells it, new person comes in, starts mining right where he left off. And 3 feet below where he was mining, where he stopped, they struck gold. Like I'm talking like gold, like you could never imagine. They struck gold. And so the guy now hears about it, obviously, and he's tore up about it. Like, I mean, Harrison, I think all of us would be.
Yeah, I'm depressed. I'm in the hole for a month. Are you kidding me? 3 feet away, 36 inches away from generational wealth. That's all right.
Generational wealth.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the guy's like tore up about it, and he's like, but what I love about it, he takes a different approach. He's like, obviously he's torn up, but then he goes, well, I'm going to take this into my next adventure, like into my next thing. Like I'm never going to stop until I get somewhere. So then he takes it into to medical insurance. And so then he gets to like the top of the field in medical insurance, and his whole philosophy was, it's only 3 feet away. Don't stop. So his whole philosophy was don't stop. It's 3 feet away. Mm-hmm. And so he takes this negative into a positive. So you can view it two different ways. The first way to view it, which I think most people would, is like, don't stop till you get there, right? But then the next way to view it is take your losses, take your negative, quote unquote, negative experiences, like we talked about on the show, and turn it into, wait, no, everything, I can learn from everything, and everything works for my benefit. So he could look at that gold mining situation and be like, dang, like, man, I'm just a failure. I lost out on it. But he took that situation, brought it into his medical insurance, and then became a millionaire as well. So it's not like obviously the gold would have been a lot easier, right? But the lesson he learned from the gold, he was able to apply it to the medical insurance. And I'm sure the character that he got from that experience exceeded anything he was going to get from, just coming up on some gold. So take what you want from it, like I always say. But yeah, that's just something I learned in the book. And I just thought it was pretty cool, and I thought I'd come on here and share it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got a few tough questions, but yeah, kudos to that guy for doubling down on it. Like I said, I think I'd be in the month for a whole. Also smart, we'll swap one gold mine out for the other. Medical insurance, not a bad avenue to hop into either. But yeah, I mean, it says a lot. I'll ask you this though: when does it become in the way? When does thinking about money start to hurt you more than it benefits you? Because I'm not going to sit here and say money's bad. I do think you need to make a certain extent to kind of just enjoy some of the everyday enjoyments of life without having to stress with every meal or everything you do that requires a little bit of capital. But when does that to get to a certain point where money starts to kind of corrupt the way you just think about everything, when everything becomes an opportunity as opposed to just an experience?
Yeah, for sure. I think your foundation, it starts with your foundation. I would say it, and I'm young, I'm still learning, and we always say this, we're both about it. I'm about to hit 25. You're already 25. We're still learning about this life thing. But for me, I think it's just the foundation of it. I think it's the foundation of how you view money. Do you love money? Do you why do you want money? Why is there a need or a want for money, right? Obviously we need money, but why do you want money, right? That's the question. The want, the desire for money. Where is that coming from? Are you helping people with it? Is it to create something in your family? Is it to help generations, your grandkids, or is it just, to buy that Bugatti and to stunt on people and to say I have it, right? But I truly believe that there's so many misconceptions about money, and honestly, from what I'm reading and just mentors of mine and just life and circumstances, I understand that money is not bad. But obviously the love of money is bad. But I think understanding how people acquire the money and the principles and the exercises it takes, the mental fortitude it takes to get the money. I think there's infinite lessons in obtaining the money. And I think that's why people have so much wisdom. Like, these people have so much wisdom. You talk about the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates, the James Allens, all these different people who have all this knowledge about money. I think it comes from the lessons along the way and the mental fortitude that it takes. I'm reading this, obviously, Think and Grow Rich. Like, it talks about how money, how you're supposed to think yourself into money. And that's a concept that I don't think we consider a lot of times, but also just the mental fortitude that it takes to do that. And you bring that into other aspects and other areas into your life, and you realize you can actually create relationships, positive relationships. You can create resources. You can create spiritual growth. You can create emotional growth, all through these same principles. So I think it's just this foundation of principles that if we follow them, we can understand more about ourselves, and understand more about ourselves. We can understand how we're supposed to live this life. So that's a very long-winded answer, but
no, it's good to talk about though. Especially today. I don't know if you plan it or not, but again, we're just kind of talking about the philosophy of money. I'm not going to give you tips because the Dow finished 1,000 points in the negative today, went down by 1,000 points. So hopefully everybody's portfolio is okay, but crazy morning. So money actually kind of a fitting subject, because it's probably was the first thing people thought about this morning, especially if they took a dive into their account and seeing how all their investments shook out. Crazy morning, to say the very least. Not tomorrow. That was the former Husker last hour. Chancellor Brewington. We got about 5 minutes left here on this segment. You got anything left for a quarter century worth of wisdom here? And then if not, we can go ahead and tease what you got next.
Yeah, so I guess I would, if I was to end quarter century wisdom today, and this is a question for both of us. When I be talking about quarter century wisdom, it's really just me processing things. I'm like on here just processing, like, okay, I learned this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got this, whatever, right? So I guess the question for the viewers, and honestly, the question for us as well, me and Harrison, is if you took all the limitations that you've been wired with out of your head, meaning, people tell you can't do something, you can't achieve something, you get to that like kid state, right? You get to that kid state where kids say, I was around my little cousins the other day and they was talking about, they want to be the next LeBron James, right? So like you get to that kid state where you're like, there's no limitations. Like you can do whatever you want. Now that you're in this older, and you're in this, older self, you're, of age, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's no limitations, what would you want to do right now? Like, what would you want to do with your life? How would you want to create your life? Like, how much money do you want to be worth? Since we're talking about money, how many, your relationships, the conditions of your relationships, your resources, car you drive, if that's important to you, the desires that you want, right? What would it be? Like, what would it be? I don't think we think about that a lot. And I think we've been conditioned to live a certain way and to, be humble or whatever that word means to, that word is distorted a lot, but like, what would it be?
Yeah. I'm going to do my best to answer this. So how I try to think about this stuff of like, what do I really want? I don't know who I'm quoting here, or it's not verbatim, but if you know who it is, it's a really good exercise. You can shout it out if you know on text line. If you think about when you're really, really young, like what's the first thing that really just made you happy and smile? And everybody, it's always kind of different. It's kind of your first love, whether it's science or even art. I think it's entertainment. I just loved entertaining people, a little bit of a class clown when I was younger. At some point,
was a class clown?
Yeah, which is hard to believe. I became crazy reserved when I transferred over, but I always still liked entertaining. For a little while there, like fourth grade, I was kind of the class clown, and then I transferred to a private school, and I settled down pretty quick. Go figure. But no, I think I've always wanted to entertain people. In terms of a car, I just want something that gets back and forth. I've never really cared about the whips too much. Give me an Audi. That's a nice car. You can give me an old truck with the cab seats. I love that thing too. Like I don't even need the AC in there to be working at a 100%. I'll roll down the windows. The heat's a problem. I need heat in there for these Nebraska winters. But money wise, I definitely want some rolls in the bank account. I do want kids someday. So having some sort of stability where I can start something of my own legacy and my own family lineage, that's pretty important to me, and like there's a certain dollar sign that comes to that. And I think it's kind of ignorant to say the money doesn't matter at all, because it certainly does. But yeah, as long as I'm entertaining people, staying true to myself, and I got people around me that really love and care about me. I've never had major aspirations of being the biggest superstar ever, but I've always wanted to be an entertainer for those around me, those I do care about. If that makes any sense, I hope it's a good answer. But that's just kind of where I'm at. At 25 years old, I definitely want some cash in the bank, but I think I'm on the right path of just trying to entertain people, even if it's just creating entertainment. I don't even have to be the voice that's making everybody laugh. As long as I have a piece in that process, I get a lot of joy out of that.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. That's very awesome also that you're in your quote unquote calling or purpose or whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of people, okay, I was having a conversation right before we go to break.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going with it, but go for it.
Yeah. So right before we go to break, so I was having a conversation with a person, right? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about what they do currently. And then I asked them, where are you from? Whatever. And then it got into like what they wanted to do as a kid. And all of a sudden, like there was a light that went off in like her eyes when she started talking about like what she wanted to be. Right. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's what she wants to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, wait, why can't you be it? And she's like, well, everything, kind of just floats away as you get older. Those are just dreams. And I'm like, oh no, like, no. Like, I didn't say it. I restrained myself. But in my head, I'm like, no. Like, don't let those go. Like, don't let those go. Like, those are still attainable. Like, you didn't dream those for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, the passion in your voice when you was talking, like, that not for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you can't ignore that inner monologue. I don't know what that inner monologue is, but I think it's important. Like, there's something about that consciousness that you have with your inner monologue. It calls you to do a lot of stuff, and you keep ignoring it. Sorry to cut you off, but I totally agree with you.
No, yeah, that's really what my point was. Is just like that inner voice. Especially when you're a kid, it's so loud. Like, it's so loud.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get older, it kind of dims down. And then you don't really, sometimes people don't ever even hear it again. They just it's like the Matrix. They just get stuck in the Matrix of, whatever. And then, I don't know. Then a lot of, I would say cognitive dissonance happens when people try to approach you and try to bring something out of you, because you've just been wired to think a certain way. But this is my challenge. I would just challenge you to open your mind, open your heart. And when I mean heart, I would just really mean like your subconscious. Open up your subconscious and let new ideas in, and just think a little bit more freer and think like a kid. Get around some kids. And this is not a weird way. Get around if you got little cousins, nephews, aunt, like nieces, something. And like the way they think, ask them questions about like what they want to be. Ask them questions about what they want to do. Like, there's no hesitation. But when we get older, we hesitate because this thing called life, is a certain way. But that's just a paradigm in which we think. So, yeah, that's how I want to end Quarter Century Wisdom today.
That's a good one. Yeah, I wonder when you get older, too, that's just a fear of judgment. As a kid, you don't really have that worrying about other people. As you get older, you start worrying. And then it's like, man, if I make this my goal and I fail, everyone's going to think I'm a failure. And then you end up shooting low. A lot easier to reach those, but then you just kind of feel unsatisfied there. I think it's a good quarter century worth of wisdom right there. Good place to kind of make up for it, as we missed a show last week. Obviously, summer travel plans all in the works. No problem at all, as we got replays on end over here at the Ticket with all the shows we have going on. But since we're wrapping this one up, Chancellor, where do you want to go? I'll let you tease it on the next segment.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit USA, and then I want to talk a little bit Nebraska football. Obviously, we got to. It's camp. So yeah, that's what we got coming up.
All right, absolutely. USA basketball, anything specific USA or just Olympics in general?
I mean Olympics in general. Okay. My bad. Olympics in general.
All right, we'll do that next. Don't go anywhere. What's brewing with Chancellor Brewington? We got him on the Allo VIP line, and we'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in live at the 1040 Ticket Studios. We got the host, Chancellor Brewington, on the Allo VIP line where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. We tease we're going to talk some Olympics, in particular, USA Olympics. I'll throw it to the host, Chancellor Brewington. Where do you want to start?
Yes, sir. I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. So I don't know if you're like this, Harrison, but whenever Olympics get on, and I see this across social media. I see this, even within families, you just go out places, go out to eat. The Olympics are on. There's just a switch that turns in everyone. Obviously, when USA is being represented somewhere, that everyone gets in tune with the strangest sports. I get and this is no disrespect to the people who play the sports, but there's rowing on. And you're so attentively watching this, you want USA to win. You're cheering on rowers. You've never seen this sport, and you probably will never watch this sport again, right? But it's because it's the Olympics. Everyone just bands together, obviously for their country. But I just think it's so interesting. It's so interesting that people take a liking into these random sports. There was the sport of horse trotting. There's like a horse and they dance or something like that. And
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a sport. Obviously, there's no disrespect. I'm not disrespecting no one, but I'm just saying usually all we watch around here in the States usually is football, basketball, baseball's on the decline. Baseball not even an Olympic sport. You watch,
UFC.
some soccer, UFC, a little bit of.
You'll
golf,
catch the Pro League Volleyball PGA Tour, maybe Live Golf.
There you go.
Live Golf's foreign,
there you go. But when is the last time you've seen rowboating on TV?
I'm so glad you keep mentioning that one. I was on my feet. We got bronze. Shout out, at least in the men's 8. Shout out UK. They were able to pull first, but yeah, USA pulls bronze on that one. Man, I was on my feet. That's the one sport I never watch it until it's on the Olympics, because I think, just being honest here, I'm sure it's televised, but you probably got to pay a certain small package just to be able to watch it. And I'm not going to go that far out of my way to see, how Stanford's row team's doing, because Nebraska certainly doesn't have one. Although we could start one up. We got a nice river running along the east border here. But no, it is something weird about the rowing. It's like the pride in you shows up. And I kind of get why foreign countries think the USA is a little bit of egomaniacs, because I'm watching rowing. I've never watched it, and I'm sitting there chanting USA. I'm fired up to see these boys row. I don't know what the form's supposed to be, but they did all right. They get bronze. They give the USA another medal, and I think they finished. Let me pull up the times here. Yeah, not a bad time. We got about 5 minutes, 25 seconds. Netherlands just 2 seconds ahead, and Great Britain only 3 seconds ahead. It's just fascinating to watch some of those sports. I think maybe because we just kind of get in our bubble and we only think of certain sports, and we don't really give the time of day to even consider the challenges of other sports. I'm sure you saw that guy from Turkey with no sights whatsoever in his shooting competition managed to pull a silver when everybody else has got lens, all sorts of gear to help him out. You just get a whole new appreciation for all these other niche sports. And you kind of realize what countries have, even badminton. I don't know what's going on in Asia, but they got badminton down to a T. I don't think the USA is ever going to compete there.
Listen. Their badminton and their table tennis is no joke.
Insane.
Is no joke. You don't want no smoke.
Oh.
You do not want no smoke with China, Japan. Korea. You do not want no smoke with them in table tennis or badminton.
Let me put it this way. I don't know. Let me put it this way for everybody listening. I'd more expect China to win gold in basketball than I would USA to win gold in table tennis. That's how much of an edge I think they got. They're crazy.
No, seriously. No, but even did you watch the 100-meter track?
With Noah Lyles gets the gold.
Yes.
Photo finish.
Yes, that was gangster. And what was even cool? What was cool? First of all, the Jamaican dude was huge.
Yeah.
The Jamaican dude was built like Calvin Johnson.
That looked like a halfback. That is not the typical sprinter build.
Yeah, he was like 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, he was a unit. But it was funny, like well, it's not funny. I saw a picture and they screenshotted like when everyone was right at the finish line, like to see who won. And you see like the margin of error is so small there. Like everyone's the best, obviously. But when you actually see it, it's like 0.000, it's like, two steps away. Like, you could fraction of margin of, inches to feet to, the furthest person away was a step and a half, not even a step.
Less than a second away, like, was dead last.
Yeah, like, bro ran 9.79. I think the slowest guy ran, 9.8 something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was no like, yeah, bro ran a 9.9 and then you won with a 9.7. Like, no, like everyone was right there. So it's so awesome, the margin of error. So I think about the atmosphere that's there, bro. Imagine being there. This is millions and millions and millions of people. Like they bring the Olympics, like USA brings their culture to there, right? So there's, millions of meals being prepared there. Every country is bringing their culture there, and there's different things that's set up for them. This is like, I would say like around, 7 to 10 million people there.
I have no idea, but it's in the millions. Like, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I don't know what the number
for
is.
sure. But just imagine the atmosphere of competitors and like everyone just has one goal in mind. It's literally just to win. Like whatever your thing is, just to win. Like there's so much things you could take from that, like life lessons you could take from that. But like, bro, everyone is there just to win. Yeah. Everyone's there just to win. It's crazy.
It's so fascinating to watch. Even, like you said, the niche sports, boxing's been interesting as well. But I do got to come up front. I got to congratulate Noah Lyles, and just for bringing the USA gold medal in the 100. I'll let him say it that the NBA, we cannot call ourselves world champions anymore because he really is a world champion. So when you got a world champion and Noah Lyles, who legitimately is the best, at least in terms of 2024, until we get to 2028, he is the best 100-meter sprinter. He wins the gold. I wondered how that was going to go if he didn't win gold, kind of saying, especially with USA basketball. Now they have to go and win, and then everybody smiles in the USA. We can call ourselves world champions, but USA, they gotta play. I think Brazil's their next game for 5-on-5. It's interesting. Noah Lyles deserves a ton of credit, though. I mean, what a hell of a race by him. I don't even know if he was favored in that one. I know he was like considered a possibility of winning it, but again, just the finish he had there at the end. And then as it comes down to a photo finish, the 100 meters probably got to be the most insane to watch. Also got to watch Katie Ledecky just destroy people by about 25 seconds in the 1500 meter. Like some of these athletes, you're just humbled and amazed that they're still as good as they are. You see LeBron James at his age, Simone Biles in gymnastics. I know 27 people are going to say, well, that's not that old. 27 in gymnastics is kind of insane. That's like what 40 in the NBA is for LeBron. So we still have a lot of these greats hovering around, and I do get excited about the replacements. Noah Lyles certainly being one of them. But someone's going to have to replace Katie Ledecky at some point, Simone Biles. There's going to be some big names. And then the NBA, all the faces we have in there between LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph, take your pick. I mean, there's plenty of guys that are going to have to fill the gaps there. And one thing that's kind of stuck out to me, I know the USA is leading in the Olympics medal count. I believe there should be up on gold. I have to double check, or at least tied for it. How do you feel we're handling these Olympics? It does feel like the rest of the world is catching up, though. Like we're still dominant, but in terms of the gold medal count, I mean, that one's pretty close. Do you feel like this has been a less dominant USA Olympics than in years prior?
Well, I don't really have a frame of reference, to be honest. I didn't really watch the Olympics that much when I was younger. But I'll say this. It's very impressive to see how advanced other countries are. When you think, obviously, we're in America and we think like, America's this, America's that. And we are. I'm a proud American. I'm proud to live in this country, of course. But to see people in other countries and like you don't expect them to be good at certain things, but they are, like, and that might be that's probably a lot of ignorance on my part, because they're, people are gifted no matter if they're white, black, brown, whatever. And I'm not going into a race thing, but obviously where they come from doesn't really matter as well. It's very interesting to see. We talk about like South Sudan, coming close with USA basketball, although, it's like in the prelims, it doesn't really matter, but like, it's so interesting to see all these different places. Like I could imagine when you're going against someone, it's gotta feel like everything's on the table. Like this is the Super Bowl every time you get up there. Obviously like a sport like track, you only got one run, right? Mm-hmm. But a thing like basketball, I could only imagine what USA basketball feels like going up against Serbia, where any given day Serbia could win. You go up against Canada, any given day Canada could win. So it's like this constant. It's like probably everyone not on edge, but like there's this competitive aura that's just probably just like an incense all throughout the whole Olympics, compound. And, you just have to focus on your one game, whatever it is, like we just talked about rowing. I don't know if USA was the favorite, but I'm sure they were looking at it like, look, like if we don't bring our A game, we're going to get killed, because everyone's been competing for 4 years. Everyone's been competing for 4 years, not only for 4 years, they've been competing for probably their whole life. Mm-hmm. Just to qualify for the trial or whatever. They won the trial. Now they're the best of the best. Now they train for 4 years for this moment. And now the pressure's on this moment. So I can only imagine the pressure that these athletes feel like when they're about to compete or when they compete.
Oh, it's incredible. And especially I think the 100-meter dash illustrates that the best, because it is such a tiny, tiny margin of error. You see in the 1500 meter with Katie Ledecky, when you're dominant, it shows, because you get a 25-second cushion. When you're in the 100-meter, even if you're Usain Bolt, that cushion still isn't big at all. But I want to tease this, not even really tease it, just a fun fact, and hopefully a little bit of fortune telling here. So I asked about, the USA. Do you feel like it's kind of a lesser, greater performance than in years past? It's hard to tell right now. You could argue we're just on pace for average. We're sitting right now, 2024 Paris, 71 medals total, 19 gold, 26 silver, 26 bronze. Last time in Tokyo, that would be 2020. Obviously, you go back 4 years, 39 golds, 41 silvers, 33 bronze. That puts us at about 113 total. Our average total medal is roughly anywhere between like 110 to maybe 115. I think it's pretty safe to say that starting about 1984, we'll put that range. So this next Olympics, 2028, it's going to be in Los Angeles. The last time the Olympics were in Los Angeles. 2028, LA. The last time the Olympics was in LA, 1984. I don't know what the hell happened in 1984, but when it was hosted in LA, the USA dominated. I'm going to have to go back and figure out as to why. But this is an outlier. This isn't because it was 1984, because if I go to 1980, even if I go all the way back to 1932 Los Angeles, the results are nowhere near this. In 1984, listen to this medal count. We had to win every damn event. 83 gold medals, 61 silvers, 30 bronze, for a whopping 174 medals.
Oh my
83 gold medals is an insane number. The next closest we've ever gotten to that was 1904 with 76. We actually had more total medals, 231. But that's 1904 St. Louis. That's so far back. I don't know what the history behind that would be. But 1984 isn't that far back, and 83 gold medals is an insane number. So, let's just hope 2028, 84, I feel pretty good if we got back to that number. That's just an outrageous number of medals. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead, throw it to our last break here. We talked a little bit of Olympics, where the USA is currently sitting. Brewington, we got one more segment on the other side. Where do you want to go with it?
Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to Nebraska football, our bread and butter. Let's go back to it.
Absolutely. And you guys are always welcome to join in. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A+ support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, wrapping things up as we take a little bit of shorter of a commercial break to make sure we get our last segment in all its full length here. Be sure to feel free to join in 402-464-5685. You got any last second comments? We got Chancellor Brewington, the host on the Allo VIP line. I want to quick throw some water on the 1984 Olympics shout out. Called the mother on the break there. 1984. That's going to reside within the Cold War where the Soviet Union held out of a significant portion. Well, I think they just held out completely. Let me double check here. The Union depleted the field in certain sports. So there you go. That led to a major landslide. Imagine what the Soviet Union was back in the day. That takes up a lot of those other teams that would rival the U.S. So unfortunately, that's what led to the massive number for U.S. But hey, 2028, who knows? Maybe we can somehow get somewhat close to that number. But we'll probably won't ever see the likes of 83 gold medals again. But just wanted to get my facts straight on that one since I was raving about how insane of a number that was. All right, Chancellor, take it away as I'm done on that rant there.
No, I love it though. I love it. Get the facts straight. Make sure we provide the audience with the correct perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So we talk about Husker football, and I've been seeing everyone's probably seen it. The Patrick Mahomes, Dylan Raiola comparison or whatever. He wore like some sunglasses and he has the same haircut. And obviously NFL posted it. Tyreek Hill reposted it. Patrick Mahomes even commented and said, "That's my little brother. That's my little cousin," something like that. And so when I saw it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting because I know the media is going to ask him what, during the presser, or, some type of press conference, some type of post-practice question about, the comparison and all this different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back, I wish we should have clipped this. I should have told you to clip this, but it's okay. Just go back and watch the way Raiola answered that question. That tells you all you need to know about what type of quarterback Nebraska has. If you go back and you listen to how Raiola answered it, he said, well, I've had this haircut since I was 13 or since I was 12. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes has done, great things in this league. But I play like myself. There's things I take, whatever. But, as far as his get up, he was defending himself, but he was very confident in his answer, very direct. This is an 18-year-old kid we talking about, bro. We talking about an 18-year-old kid who got in front of the media and said, nah, this is who I am. And not in a cocky way, but in a confident way. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah,
y'all saying I'm this,
100%.
I'm this. Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I was like, ooh, that's a good quarterback right there. Like, that's a leader. You can just tell, like, the way he answered the questions, the way he didn't shy away from it at all. He hit it straight on. He told the people what it was. He wasn't disrespectful. Because I'm sure, like, if you saw some of the comments were very out of line, which once something goes viral, I've learned this handling like another social media page for a business.
Yeah.
When things go viral, it's just the ignorance come in, and people just come in and say whatever. And the comments, if you saw it, it was super disrespectful stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't know.
People got to understand.
They don't know the character of the kid, of course, right?
People got to understand when he had that haircut, Alex Smith was the quarterback. All right, so let's pump the brakes on. He's trying to mimic Mahomes everything. You can go back and find pictures before Mahomes is even starting. I mean, he answered it absolutely like he should have. Like, yes, I respect Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not freaking out trying to mimic him. Like, got the same number. They got the same. It's things are lining up in like a weird way, but it's all just kind of coincidence. Like, I don't see any part of him, really. He does it all in a respectful way either. I mean, he's like, if you guys want to make it that, sure, but I'm just my own guy out here. I think he kind of mimicked, it's like if I can replicate some of that, like, fantastic. He's a great quarterback, not verbatim. But yeah, it's just a good, respectful answer. But at the same time, kind of putting water on it. Like, hey, I'm not some, Mahomes fanboy. He's a great quarterback, but I'm trying to kind of create my own legacy here at Nebraska, not just try to be the next quote unquote Patrick Mahomes. It's one of the worst things we do to drafts. We give the draft archetype. Oh, the next KD, the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James. That never goes well. So it's always good to say, right, I'm just going to be the next me, because your chances of being you are 100% there as long as you just stay true to yourself, as opposed to trying to be, mimicking someone else's greatness almost never works if you're doing a carbon copy.
Right. I'll tell you what, though. There is some science. I've read, there's a book called Richer, Wiser, Happier. A person copied Warren Buffett's format, how he did things, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to make money. And he ended up being a billionaire as well, right? But I'll say this. If there's one person that you should copy Patrick Mahomes. That's like Kobe mimicking MJ. I'm not comparing Dylan Raiola to Kobe. I'm just saying, if there's some person you would want to copy in basketball, it would be, and you play the two guard, it would be MJ, and you have that skill set, MJ. If there's someone in football as a quarterback that you would want to copy, is Patrick Mahomes. Now the next question is, do you have the same skill set? Meaning, do you have the intangibles? Can you throw, 80 yards on the run? Can you throw all these different arm angles? Is the answer yes with Dylan Raiola? I would say yes. So why wouldn't he copy him in certain areas and aspects? Shoot, I wouldn't care if he come out with the same armbands, wristbands, with the same everything. I wouldn't be mad at that because guess what? It's proven success. You see it on Patrick Mahomes. It's proven success. But yeah, no, I don't have no problem with it. Even if he was copying him, I don't got no problem with it.
I think that's a good way to end it. As long as it looks good on Saturdays, who gives a damn? And just being flat out honest, that's what it comes down to. Can you play? Yes. You're going to get a lot of highlights. We're going to get a lot of love. With that being said, though, we're going to wrap things up here. We got a replay, Speed and Power, up next. We got the new baseball, Nebraska baseball player in there. So if you missed it, it'd be a good replay for you guys. Shout out Chancellor Brewington, the host, as always, on the Allo VIP line as he leaves us. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll keep it rolling here on Ticket Weeknights.